In this video, you're going to learn how to create a simple teacher website in a few minutes. So here's mine. It has 3 courses so each semester I teach 3 courses. So this would be a setup for the semester. And as you enter to each page, you have the course name and a calendar where students and teachers can go get whatever was in that lesson for the day, links to certain videos, exercises, or presentations or whatever resources, and they can see what their homework is for that day. So in order for this to work, you would have to have a calendar, a Google Calendar for each of your courses in which you have the information. So you can do this progressively. It doesn't have to be all done. You can just have one day done, and as you go through the year, you do more. Once you've taught the course once, you have everything there, so it's really easy to reproduce. So let's say I have this calendar. What's important is to go to your settings and sharing and to make sure that it's available to public. Okay, so once it's checked available to public, you would want to go to customize, and from there you can choose if you want to keep the title, the navigation buttons, or whatever. I usually just leave them all clicked on. If you have more than one calendar for a course, so for example, you might have like a general calendar where you have like event dates and stuff like that. That's what I do usually. I'll have 2. But it depends. So if you have only one calendar, you click on the one calendar for that course, and you can come here and copy this iframe code. So you'll copy the code. Now to host this website for free, we're going to use glitch.com. So if you go to glitch.com, you can actually just sign up. I'm signed in here with my Gmail account, so you could just sign in with your Gmail account, and then later on where you're going to want to find this project, you'll go to your dashboard and you're going to see your project. So how to get there, what you're going to do is simply go to this link here, which I'll share in the video description. And then what you would want to do is, so you wouldn't have access to changing this, so what you would want to do is click Remix, and it'll create a copy for you in your own Glitch account. So here you see on the left bar, you have all the files. So actually the only ones that are really important, the main one would be index. That's your home page. So if you want to see a preview of that home page, you can click here, preview in a new window, and then there you have it. So you could actually come in the code, you're going to change your name, you can change this description, and obviously you're going to change these things here. So if we wanted to do that in indexed, we will, so I'm just going to use Control F for find, and I'm going to look for teacher name in the code, and there I have it. So basically I just want to change this, so you could change to whatever your name is, and then if you wanted to change this description, you can change it to whatever I want. Okay, and then once you go back to the site, you refresh, and there you have it. So again, a few other things you're going to want to change is the class. So instead of calling it class 1, you can call it whatever you want to call it. So anywhere that you see class 1, let's say that's my chemistry class. Here's the, I don't know if it's organic chemistry or whatever, and Glitch will save automatically. And if I refresh here, just be careful not to accidentally delete code like I just did. So if we go back to Glitch here, you can see that I actually accidentally move this. Oops. Here, so I'm just going to put it back, and there you have it. So here you go. So you can go ahead and change whatever you want. Again, just be careful to not do what I'm doing right now. Okay, and you would want to change this as well. Okay, the other thing I want to change, so you can do that for all of these 3 things, and so it should be obvious in the code where you want to change it. And again, like I can see the text, the type of course. So if I click on Control F, type of course, I can see that that's the one that's underneath what I just started. So I can change this to whatever I need it to be. Okay, so once I want to, so if I click on, once I've changed all of this, if I click on enter, it's going to take me to a new page. So this is class 1 here. So if I click on class 1, or if I click on here, which was class 1, it takes me to the same page, and that page here is this one. So what I recommend, actually, I've shared with you all 3, but what you should probably do is just delete class 2 and class 3, and that way it'll be easier. You don't have to go change the same things over and over again. So I'm just going to go to class 1 and modify the stuff that I need to modify. So the other thing is, if I go back to index, I want to change the menus. So instead of saying class 1, class 2, class 3 in the menu, all right, so we're going to look at the top here. You see this is a comment just to tell us what it is. So sidebar on click. So this is for when you're using different kinds of screens, it'll look differently. So you just want to make sure that if you don't want it to be called home and something else, if you want this to be called chemistry, so you're going to want to do that in the sidebar on click and the nav bar as well. So you'll see a nav bar here. So anywhere basically you have class 1. So another way to do it would just be to look for class 1. Okay, like again, control F for find, and then you can just replace that with your class that you are teaching. And then you'll do the same thing for your other 2 classes. So yeah, so there was the nav bar, and then there should be also I think that's it. So there's nav bar on small screen, there's nav bar, and there's sidebar. So I have done it here, I've done it here, and I've done it here. So you just want to make sure that you change it on all 3. And then we can see what it looks like over here. So no, I'm not here. It's chemistry. So because I don't want to, I have to do that on all the pages. That's why I deleted classes 2 and 3. So if I just, now I'm going to have to come and change it again on this one. So if I go to class 1, I'm going to make sure that I do that as well. So look for class 1 and change it to chemistry, for example. Here's the next one here. Let's change that to chemistry. I should just copy and paste it instead of typing it each time. And then again, and there we have it. So it was 3 times basically on 2 pages. So now that I've done that, I'll do the same thing for the other classes that I'm teaching. For the contact information, if I click down, you'll see at the bottom. So you want to make sure that you change that as well. So if I go to the contact information at the bottom, you're going to just, so you can, again, control F is our best friend. So we're going to just go to school name. And there it is. Okay, so we can see in the code, this is what I want to change. So instead of writing that, I can write the name of my school. And here you can change it to your actual email. And you'll see the change is done. I only changed it on index. Actually, I only changed it on class 1 HTML. So you're going to want to change it as well on index. So I'm going to do that here. Go to school name and change that here. Okay, so you're going to have to do that. So the initial process is you do it twice, one for your index page, one's for your class page. And then after that, that's it. We're almost done. So what last thing you need to do is change the iframe. So I've changed, assuming you've changed these titles as well in the same way that we've done chemistry, and you've changed this as well. So what we need to do now is just go and put in, so in my chemistry page, I'll want to change this, and then the calendar. So let's do that. In class 1, I'm going to want to change, again, control F, course code 1. And, whoops. defined, I guess, is case sensitive. So course code 1, so I could call it CHM2O or whatever it is, and chemistry. And now you'll see the change on our chemistry page. Okay, and then the calendar. So again, we've copied the link from the Google Calendar. Actually, not the link, but the embed code. So we copy this, and then we're going to put that where, so here I can look for the iframe that's there, and I'll replace that line with the iframe that I just got. One thing that you're going to want to do is for the width, I find that instead of having 800, if you want it to be responsive, you should put 100%, and that's going to make it such that it's going to adjust depending on the size of your screen. So it's going to be nice on if you're looking at it from a cell phone. So chemistry, I now have my course calendar, and I can share that with the teacher, the parents, and the students. And that's it. And so now you just need to make sure that you're going to do this. You're going to duplicate, because now I've made all the changes. And when I duplicate, I'm going to call it class2.html, so that the title is important. Don't leave any spaces or anything. It has to be exactly this, so all our links can work. And I'm going to do the same thing, a duplicate, and I'm going to call it class3.html. So I'm going to delete all this, class3.html. And now I have my full website. I just will want to come to class 2 and class 3. You'll see that here it says chemistry for beginners, because that's what I just, so you'll change it to whatever you want it to be. And you'll have to change your iframe as well in both of those pages. So I would come here and change my iframe for the new the other course. Okay, so whatever second course I have, I should have a second Google Calendar, and I'll put it in here. That's it.